to the second demo day of IIT Startups. It all starts with an idea, and the idea inspires you to basically take a leap into the entrepreneurial world. It is never too late or too early to take that leap. And I'm going to talk about a young entrepreneur from India who's 13 years old, an eighth grader. His name is Tilak Patel. Tilak Patel, on one weekend, forgot his notebooks with his uncle, and he had to get these notebooks back. So he called a courier service and tried to find out if they could deliver on the same day. Okay, there was no courier service available that was inexpensive and could deliver on the same day. Okay, these are the door-to-door city couriers that are there in India. So he said that, why can't I start a service which can do this door-to-door same-day delivery, assured delivery, and that is his idea that turned into a startup, which is called Papers and Parcels. Now, he had this idea to build the system, but he needed a delivery system that was very trustworthy. And so he looked up to the Dabbawalas of Mumbai. We have tiffin carriers in India who take your lunch tiffins from your home to office and back home in the evening. And that's a very trusted network, and this has become a case study, not only in MIT, but also in Stanford and other places in the US, as to how they deliver so accurately without any failures. So he looked at them, and his value proposition was very simple. He said, you will make additional income, okay, without impacting your current job. Okay, so he went and spoke to these carriers, okay, the tiffin carriers, and convinced them. Once he did that, he went to his father and said, I need some money. I need to build this application. I need to build a mobile application. The father said, you are an eighth grader. Okay, you want to build an application, I'll give you money. But then you should not ignore your studies. Okay, so now that's a big challenge, right? How is he going to do the startup without ignoring his studies? So he went and spoke to a banker called Ghanshyam Parekh. And he convinced that banker to quit his job and join him as the CEO. Yeah, I know. So as of last June, he had 300 tiffin carriers working for him, okay, and giving the couriers. And he was doing 1,200 deliveries every day. 1,200 deliveries every day. Okay. Today, Tilak Patel is on a ramp up on his business. He's scaling his business. He will be doing 15 million by 2020, okay, which is about 20% of the intra-city courier market that we have in India. Okay, so that's Tilak Patel. So it's never too early, but it's never too late either. So we have similar inspiring stories about the 14 startups that we are going to present today. And each one of them, very fascinating story and why they embarked on this journey, okay, with us. So there are 14 startups that we're going to present over here, but they also started with an idea, okay, similar to Tilak Patel. And coming from IIT, technology was never a challenge for them. Okay, so the technology part was taken care of. They were too good at that. The problem that they had was, how do they turn this into a business which is fundable and sustainable? So that's where we come in. Okay, so we have this 4-stage process through which we take these startups to turn their ideas into business. So the first stage is a canvas called the experiment canvas, where we tell them, go and validate what you're trying to build before even building it. So we go through this experimentation. Okay, it's a canvas that we coach them on. Then we take them to create their value proposition. Okay, so on one side, the customer, on one side, your product. So this is typically leading them to a product market fit. Okay, how does your product address the gains and pains of the customer and what the customer needs to do? Finally, we take them into what we call as a business model canvas. Okay, this is a very lean canvas that we use. And basically what we do is look at your value proposition. How do you create a product and a solution, okay, that justifies your value proposition? And how do you deliver it to your customers, Okay, what are your channels? Okay, what is your differentiation? Okay, what are the key metrics by which you are going to monitor this business? And finally, we look at the monetization angle where we capture value into the startup. So that's the business model canvas that we encourage people to do. And finally, obviously, a milestone plan. Okay, because unless you plan, you cannot work to plan, right? So you have to plan, and so that they have some idea as to what milestones we need to hit if we want to get funding, or what milestones we need to hit if you want to go and acquire some customers. All this is supported by mentoring. Okay, the mentors, we have a pool of about 50 plus mentors, and all these mentors are experienced entrepreneurs who are volunteering their time for free. Okay, so we put them through this mentoring process. So on one side, you have the coaching, and the other side, mentoring. All through the process, what we try to monitor is their investor readiness. Okay, so it's a parameter that we have created. Okay, and this is basically on Steve Blank's theory of investor readiness, that we try to measure them across a parameter and say, okay, you are good to go and raise the money, or you need to go back. So it's an iterative process. Finally, when their idea is ready, is turned into a business which is fundable and sustainable, we get them ready for the pitch. Okay, so this is the pitch session that we are going to have today. So pitch is nothing but telling your story in a very compelling way to your investors, to your customers, to your partners, and even to the talent that you want to attract. Now, before I get started, I want to thank a few people, some of our mentors, who have helped us groom these startups over the last 3-month period. And I have this list over here, very short list, but I'm going to call out their names. Srinivas Rao, Ajit Devra, Anand Jagannathan, Prem Uppaluru, Debu Chatterjee, Nitin Vash, Vidyut Paruk, Varun Kohli, Amit Gupta, Pusanjit Sen, and we have 2 from AI ML Forum of IIT, Tushar Kant and Suki Lamba. Okay, these guys have been good mentors, and they have also participated in our coaching session. Apart from that, there are two members of my core team that I want to mention over here, who have not only been good coaches, but who have also helped us with support activities like creating surveys, reviewing their presentations, and so on. And these 2 people that I want to call out. One is Srikant Chari. Srikant, raise your hand. And Kumar Goel. Kumar. And finally, I want to write on the wall 2 names, my partners in crime, Subhash Chaudhary and Jnani Palni Kumar. Without the help of these folks, it would never have been possible to present to you such beautiful startups. I also want to thank Amazon and Google Cloud. So every startup who comes to us, we don't take any equity from the startup. We don't take any money from the startup. This is all free service. Okay, this is all paid forward, okay, to our institute from where we come. And they get, in fact, $1,000 of free credit on Amazon. They get about $3,000 of credit on Google Cloud, and so many other goodies that come along with it. So let the show begin now. We have 14 startups who will pitch. It's a 4-minute pitch. There is no Q&A. The startups are available at the demo table. If you have any questions, you can go and ask them. And there is a feedback survey. I think there is a QR code on the leaflet that you have, or there is this URL that you can use and provide your feedback to them. Whether it is a critique or whether it is an encouraging feedback that you want to give to the startups. Okay, with that, please mute your cell phones. And we are going to start one after the other, all the 14 startups. Patient care with remote health monitoring helps you reduce admissions and readmissions in the hospital. This is a win-win for both the patient, the payer, and the provider. Please welcome IntelliEdge to present the remote patient monitoring solution.
Good evening, and thank you for the opportunity. We are in the business of changing the paradigm of chronic care management. The name of the company is IntelliEdge. My name is Anil Joshi, and I have 20 plus years of experience in healthcare. With me is my partner and co-founder, Surendra Saxena, who actually ran the healthcare advisory services for Cisco Systems for more than 12 years. Chronic care is an unmanaged $800 billion problem. Every 60 seconds, 4 diabetic patients are diagnosed. Every 40 seconds, 1 person dies of heart condition. The current care is fragmented, episodic, and reactive. To address this problem, IntelliEdge actually brings and extends the perimeter of the hospital to homes and provides virtual care. Patients such as diabetics, congestive heart failure, post-operative patients are monitored through these wireless devices. And the good thing about the platform is that it allows a dynamic risk assessment of the patients when they're outside the perimeter of the hospital. The icing on the cake is the CMS, the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid, pays for these services as we use them. Thus, IntelliEdge converts the reactive care to proactive care. Other aspect of our platform is that we have integrated with most of the major EMR system as a strategy, such that we have easy access to the hospitals and accountable care organizations in this market. The team has more than 50 years of experience in healthcare. I was a professor at Harvard for many years with background in dentistry, epidemiology, and medical informatics. Surendra Saxena has a proven track record of selling hundreds of millions of dollars in advisory and sales services for Cisco Systems. Dr. Acharya is a practicing cardiologist, and he brings clinical expertise to the team. Our go-to-market strategy is very simple. We have tied up with a channel partner who has access to 70% of the hospitals in the country through Cisco Systems. Recall, Surendra comes from Cisco Systems. He has deep relationship with the account managers at Cisco. So we have access to the large academic medical centers. Our business model is SaaS. We charge patients through providers $25 per patient per month, and our customers actually can get reimbursed about $115 per patient per month. Our revenue projections for this year, 2019, is $500,000. They're coming from both the channels. One, from the channel partner, you see the high-profile customers that we have on the list, and then through our own relationship in the industry to small and medium-sized hospitals. Our differentiation is a very comprehensive, extendable, configurable platform for multiple diseases. We were recognized by the IBM Watson Challenge in 2018 for a patent-pending technology. Our ask is $1 million. We ourselves and through angels, we have invested about $1 million already into the company. We are laser focused on generating $500,000 from the new funds that we are actually requesting. In summary, we have a SaaS-based high-margin business. The new reimbursement policies of CMS makes it very timely investment. And finally, our unfair advantage because of our relationship with the Cisco channel makes it a very attractive and compelling investment at this time. Thank you so much. We would like to have a deeper discussion about this project. Thank you.
Hi. Uber has disrupted passenger transportation. And this model has had impact on several adjacent areas like good transportation. But there is no one size that fits all. Please welcome Highway Hall to present a very unique solution to ground transportation.
You're not the only one with the tie. I'm Sanjay. Right. Good evening, everyone. I'm Syed Aman. I'm a co-founder of Highway Hall, where we are connecting enterprises to truckers seamlessly. We are a team who has spent most of our career at Walmart, where we built various supply chain and logistics products and brought them to scale. On our advisory board, we have STS Prasad, who was the VP of supply chain at Walmart Labs. So here's how things are working today. Enterprises deploy an army of people just for making phone calls to the brokers to help them find truckloads. The brokers we still don't have a solution for our real-time freight tracking. Shippers and brokers meet once a year to negotiate on an annual contracted price, and they get logged into that. Now let's look at the driver side of the story. The wife of the driver wakes up at 5 in the morning, starts making calls to the brokers, and after hours of negotiation, a load is booked, which, by the way, is sitting 200 miles from where the driver is. To top it off, the driver income gets diluted by so many middlemen, the so-called brokers. The solution to this is to digitalize the freight brokerage by building the right products for the various actors in the value chain. For example, at Highway Haul, we have built a shipper portal for the shippers, a mobile app for the drivers, and our state-of-the-art task transportation as a platform service. We started operations in October, and in a blitzscaling fashion, we are able to raise $500K in angel round. We are currently at a $3 million ARR in gross transaction value, and we have 4 paying enterprise customers, including our flagship customer, Samsung, who I'm going to tell you more about. In November, we tested our technology with 5 truckloads of Samsung. After impressed with our solution, Samsung increased their business to 10 loads a week, to 20 loads a week, and may soon be doing as many as 50 loads a week. This translates to an $8 million in gross annual revenue. We are now proudly hauling Samsung's loads to marquee destinations such as Walmart, Sam's Club, Costco, and Amazon. The total addressable market is $800 billion. Initially, we'll be targeting a full truckload market, which is divided between the private fleet owners like the Walmarts of the world and the spot market where the big players are J.B. Hunt and C.H. Robinson. And we'll target to get a pie from the private fleet and a pie from the spot market to make it a $30 billion as our initial target market. So it's a big market out there. It will take several players to address it. New solutions are emerging, trying to tackle freight brokerage in various ways. You all must have heard of Uber. Uber is a one-trip wonder. They are focused on booking a single trip at a time. But at Highway Haul, drivers can book multi-trip itineraries, not just a load. Our unfair advantage is our Walmart experience. What search is to Google, supply chain is to Walmart. We can help enterprises save hundreds of millions of dollars in transportation costs through the Highway Haul's task plugins that will seamlessly integrate into their ecosystem of transportation management, warehouse management, and yard management systems. Our goal is to capture a 3% market share of the $30 billion I spoke about. Our revenue model initially will be commission-based. This will translate to an annual gross revenue of $1 billion at scale. Our projections for the next 3 years are $10 million, $100 million, and $500 million, and we will do so by acquiring the right number of enterprise customers and drivers along the way. We are asking for $3 million. That will give us a runway of 12 months, and we'll be targeting a $20 million in gross ARR within a year. We are Highway Haul, and I'm Syed Aman. Thanks you so much for your time.
We are all familiar with the noise and anxiety that precedes a corporate event like this one. Please welcome Arivia, who has a chill pill solution to event planning at the click of a button.
Good evening. Do you know the top 5 most stressful jobs in the US? The first 4 are evident. Can you guess the 5th one? It's the event planner, coordinator role.
Thank you.
Arivia, plan less, celebrate more. The business idea came from my own personal experience. I had to plan my wedding in 9 days in the Bay Area. And it was really stressful to get all the services arranged. Taking forward to the corporate events, planning a corporate event requires tremendous amount of time and effort to find the availability and pricing of all the vendor services. Emails, phone calls, spreadsheets, voicemails, it goes on and on. A lot of coordination happens with the vendors behind the scenes, and there's no solution in the market today that addresses the needs of the planner. There has to be a better way. Arivia, it's an integrated end-to-end event management platform. We have a customer portal that helps you to create, plan, collaborate, find and book vendor services, and invite guests for any type of event. We have a vendor portal where the vendors can run their entire business operations. And for organizations and enterprises, we create an admin portal to aggregate all the data and get event spend visibility, also manage the users. We have an event workspace that guides the user through the entire life cycle of an event. a customized checklist for any type of event, and we have a top 1% vendors in the vendor marketplace across 50 plus vendor categories. Custom requests can be sent to multiple vendors at one time, and there's a workflow to track these responses. Preferred vendors, and many more features. If you're ready to book, it's a simple 3-step process: search, select, and checkout. Traction, we were selected in an accelerator program at Plug and Play, and through them, we were able to work with multiple corporate partners. We're in the final stage of discussion with Carlson Wagonlit Travel. It's a $23 billion company managing travel, meetings, and events for large corporate companies, and Accor Hotels. Our current corporate customers have booked through Arivia, their team building activities, networking events, holiday parties, and training programs. We see an anticipated increase in spending in this quarter as we move to marketing and sales events. We have 500 plus vendors, and we have a strong pipeline in Q1. Our market size is $167 billion, and we are targeting a market share of $355 million next year. We're currently in the Bay Area, and we plan to move to the top 25 cities by the end of next year. Our go-to-market is focused on corporate, enterprise, SMB, and startups. We are also working with our indirect partners like CWT and other travel companies, travel meetings and event companies, and also event planning organizations. And on the supply side, we have venues and vendors. Our competitors are primarily focused on point solutions and single service solutions. And we have an integrated end-to-end platform with analytical insights, enterprise-wide event spend visibility, and cost savings. The business model, we have 2 types. For all the corporate bookings, it goes through commission, 3% booking fee for the corporate customer, and 10% commission from the vendor from the transaction. Subscription model, when vendors use our services to run their business. Team, I'm the founder, Arun Parimi. My business transformation experience with multiple corporate companies, I built this team and the product. The ask is $5 million. Our target milestone is to hit $1 million monthly revenue in 2020, and we plan to hire top-notch talent. Our goal is to eliminate an event planner role from the top 5 most stressful jobs. We can make event planning easier, faster, and smarter. Arivia, plan less, and celebrate more. Thank you.
Blockchain, IoT, and AI are continually coming up with new ways to advance the 4th industrial revolution. Please welcome Shroken, that is a smart contracts platform for connected machines.
Hello everybody, good evening. My name is Yogendra Chorodia. I am a co-founder of Shroken. Today evening I am going to present smart warranty for smart machines. When a machine breaks down, what happens? A lot of paperwork, email, phone calls, and sometimes litigation. This is because inherent mistrust between stakeholders involved. In addition, there's a production loss, and it is messy and expensive to resolve. Shroken blockchain SaaS platform addresses this issue. When machines are installed, smart warranty is activated. It monitors the machine on real-time basis, stores critical data on the blockchain. When it detects warranty-related event, it initiates cross-enterprise business workflow, addresses the issue, eliminates email, phone calls, and all those 9 yards. This is possible because blockchain provides immutable audit trail. Therefore, safeguarding the interest of all the stakeholders involved, building the trust in the ecosystem, and reducing the overall expenses. Shroken is being used in the mining pump company. Mining pump needs frequent liner replacement due to corrosive conditions. Shroken monitors mining pump on the real-time basis, collects all the information, and when it detects the liner condition is deteriorating, it initiates workflow process, gets liner replaced on timely basis, and ensures continuous mining operations without any disruptions. This is another example of crane where we see the various warranty events and workflow actions. This is a Shroken architecture diagram where it shows the various components and integrations with ERP systems. Industrial smart machines market is valued at $200 billion. Warranty cost, warranty, service, maintenance, SLAs, and maintenance cost accounts for $16 billion. We are addressing top three segments, that is mining and oil, gas, and construction sectors. 1 billion, we will be addressing 10% of that, which will be coming to 1 billion market share for Shoken. The best thing is that Industry 4.0 will be accelerating adoption of smart machines and will be growing that market from 200 billion to 1.2 trillion, providing continuous growth for Shoken. We will be directly approaching to the OEM manufacturer to use our platform. And we will be also reaching out, in addition, we'll be reaching out to Industry 4 partners for additional market penetration. We have completed proof of concept, therefore reducing significant technology risk associated with smart contract blockchain. We are talking to two very promising prospects of using Shoken technology. Our beta platform will be available in March 2019. Sanjay and I have significant experience in enterprise software and SaaS and IoT platform. We believe we are the best suited to execute this vision. We have 6 engineers and UX experts building beta platform. We are requesting $1 million that will provide us 18 months of runway. Within a year, we'll have 3 enterprise paying customers, 2,000 machines monitored, and $200,000 ARR will be generated. We look forward to see you at the demo table to discuss more about this investment opportunity. Thank you.
Less said about the real estate prices in Silicon Valley, the better. So if you're wondering if a millennial can buy a home before Beyonce's twins graduate from high school, then please welcome Shakib and Surendra to present their startup about home ownership for millennials.
What's the top reason for millennial to buy a home? The clue is up there. Dogs. Yes. Dogs as a companion ranks higher than marriages and... Oh, sorry. I already gave it in. Okay. Dogs. You should have told me, man. All right. So many companies are now allowing dogs at workplace, but apartments have fees and restrictions. Today, 2/3 of the millennials do not own homes. Average age of the first-time home buyer is 35. I'm Shakib Kathiria. In my 15 years of mortgage lending experience, I have never seen banks lend to young millennials. Our mission is to help them start early. They want to buy today, but they throw away $350,000 in rent. Why? Because of high down payment and lower credit history. We have a solution. Through joint ownership, we enable them to buy their first home in the first job. With our alternative credit model and our ownership rights, we choose the millennials and the stake in the home. Let me tell you how it works. A Google employee picks a property for $500,000. They make the mortgage payment, we put $100K down and form joint ownership. After a few years, when we exit, the price is $780K, total profit $280K. We split the profit based on number of years of payments and mortgages that has been done. $114K, right, each. Our happy millennial now has cash and bill credit history. They also have an option to either have a full ownership, exit, or sell the house. We are opening the doors for the new millennials, new generation, to own a home where traditional banks have failed. Now they will need us to serve this market. We are bringing down the borrower's age from 35 to 25, and that's a breakthrough. In our combined experience, we have managed over $50 billion of mortgages with leading financial institutions. Let me introduce Suren, who is our risk management guru.
$500 billion. That's the size of the US residential real estate rental market that we are disrupting. Our target market is graduates and immigrants, typically making 120K plus salary, living in a tier 1 city, such as San Francisco Bay Area, San Diego, Dallas, New York. Based on our traction, we expect to serve 20,000 of these millennials. We monetize through the equity gains upon exit and the monthly recurring services, 100 per month, which continue during downturn. We have over 600 prospects, closed 8 homes, 1.4 million in total down payment, and 0.4 million in realized gains. This proves our model works. We want to scale up to 100 homes, 10 million in total down payment, and expect 3 million in equity gains. With our expertise in risk management, we plan to use 10 million debt financing line of credit to fund these homes. And we are in talks with 3 banks to secure this. Our assets are growing, more than doubling in value in 5 years, and our profits are soaring as well. And the 5th year spike is because we sold homes realizing 15 million or 1.5x in profits. This is our ask, and we're on track to hit our milestones. Our vision is to empower millennials, take pride in ownership, and live their dreams. Please join us as we embark on this journey. Thank you.
Thanks.
2018 will be remembered for some of the biggest security hacks that we have seen. Protecting your application workload with such external threats can be overwhelming. Please welcome Appkida that has a solution to this problem.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Srinivas Dharmasnam, founder of Appkida for always-on applications with automated security. Applications, like humans, normally behave in consistent and repetitive manner. Like humans, they have weaknesses that can be exploited, lead to illness or misbehavior. Misbehaving applications often go undetected until it is too late because you don't know their normal behavior and hence you don't know where to look. At AppDynamics, I worked on a very successful product to know where to look when applications do not perform. And at Appkida, we're building a product to know where to look when applications misbehave and to prevent it. In the current solutions, you have the likes of the scanner and the pen test utilities for the dev and the test environments, which are too slow because there is a lot of manual steps involved. And in the production environment, there are 2 types of tools. The ones that observe the application from the inside, which have limited scalability because it's intrusive, and the ones that observe from the outside, which have limited effectiveness because there is too little application context. And hence, you have a lot of tools and complexities and inefficiencies. The Appkida approach is to observe on the host outside the application with minimal impact. We start by characterizing the normal behavior by tracing the transactions from request to response as it flows through the middleware and the custom code layers. And then we monitor adherence at runtime and block the deviant transactions. If you look at the AppSec vendors, they're competing based on the volume of the vulnerabilities they report, when very few of these vulnerabilities actually matter. And the customers care to know about the ones that matter to them, which are the ones that are likely to cause a breach. It's this misalignment of incentives between the vendors and the customers that we believe presents an opportunity for a newer and a better approach. Our focus is mid-market enterprise customer with significant online presence who are migrating their mission-critical workloads to cloud. And we're aiming to tap into the web application firewall and part of the vulnerability response budget with a typical deal size of 200,000 to 3 million. With our focus in the runtime protection of the application, we position as complementary to the incumbent offerings. A couple of examples being the app defense from VMware and cloud workload protection from Symantec. The go-to-market strategy is simple. We have a self-downloadable zero-touch agent with a clear path from freemium, which includes the visualization of the normal behavior, to premium, which comes with prevention controls enabled. The pricing is based on the number of prevention controls and the average time that it takes to deploy the control. And we're exploring channel partnerships with security, platform, and SaaS vendors. Status, we're self-funded with 2 ongoing pilots and 3 more in the pipeline. The MVP is prevention for injection class of attacks on AWS with monitoring and reporting dashboards. We have a very strong team. I have worked with applications and infrastructure for over 2 decades. Rahul and Vinod bring in very deep expertise in the threat domain. Lakshmaya and Sabha have worked extensively with cloud platforms and cloud security. Our ask is $2.4 million for an 18-month run rate. We're aiming to complete 2 beta trials and start with a GA release in 6 months with paid engagements. Thank you, and I look forward to answering your questions.
Once in a while, you come across a startup that touches basic human life. Please welcome Netra Technologies that has an affordable ocular technology solution that can help prevent blindness.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Manish Kulkarni. My father-in-law lost his eye at the age of 50 because he had a retina disease that was not diagnosed on time. He could not enjoy his life, and I felt sorry for him. I have a strong background in medical imaging and machine learning, and I thought I should do something about this. That inspired me to start Netra Systems so that we can detect blindness early using optical imaging and machine learning. And he's not alone. 1.3 billion people are suffering from eye diseases. It is costing us $3 trillion a year. It's a huge problem. That's because it is difficult to detect blindness early. Existing devices make a diagnosis based on symptoms. It's too late. The retina is already damaged. Moreover, these devices show poor quality images. Doctors have to inject a toxic dye so that they can get some contrast. The patients end up losing their eyesight. With our systems, doctors would be able to image cells and blood vessels without a toxic dye, that to deep inside the retina. That's because we have 10 times more resolution than the existing players. This will help save the eyesight for the patients. Astronomers, when they try to image the stars in the sky, they get these blurry images. That's because of the atmosphere around us. They use adaptive optics so that we can get these stellar images. We have figured out how to use the technology for retinal imaging and improve the resolution by a factor of 10. And we have 12 patents on this technology. We have a platform that learns on the patients and the rich data acquired using our devices. We have our own deep learning algorithms. And it will help us reach billions of patients because there's a huge shortage of ophthalmologists in this world. This would improve the quality of life for the patients dramatically. And it would reduce their healthcare burden by a factor of 30. Ours is the most advanced imaging platform on the market. It has access to rich data and the machine learning algorithms. It would be able to make early diagnosis. And the scientists are thrilled. They are already buying our devices. We have revenue worth $400,000 and $2 million orders in pipeline. We don't need FDA clearance for this market. The scientific leaders are eager to pay a premium so that they can publish their results, and their publications lead to new customers. We are distributors that will help us reach thousands of doctors. After FDA clearance, we'll start selling to doctors and hospitals. We will work with distributors. We will also have recurring SaaS revenue and 80% gross margin. We're likely to have more than $100 million revenue and become a technology leader. That's because our team has deep domain expertise. We have built and sold products worth $500 million. We have dozens of patents and publications. And we are raising $2 million so that we can protect our IP, get FDA clearance, and sell $2 million worth devices. It's a very active M&A space. Companies are getting acquired for hundreds of millions of dollars. Nikon just acquired a company for $400 million. But what's important is 1 in 6 people are suffering from eye diseases. If your loved ones are at risk, we are here to help you. We invite you to join Fight Against Blindness. And by the way, our table is right next to the drinks, so please come and talk to me.
Is it working?
So limiting children's screen time is linked to better cognition. A study shows that if you limit your children's screen time to less than 2 hours and give them 1 hour of active play, they perform better than those who don't. Please welcome Sudhir Singh of Invi to present a screen-free robot for kids.
Hi, I'm Sudhir Singh, founder and inventor of Invi, an intelligent screen-free robot companion for children. And we are on a mission to revolutionize child development paradigm with breakthroughs in embodied human-centric AI. Our children deserve better. We cannot let them be the victims of our hectic and busy lives and deprive them of active play in real-world context and healthy habits. Current solutions such as smartphone and tablet apps, games, and videos are suboptimal. Rather, they could be dangerous for child growth. Presenting Invi, a solution grounded in real world.
Hi, Olivia. Hi, Dad.
Hello, Envy. Mom's calling from work. Why don't you two play?
Should we continue Simon Says? Let's create a new action I learned in school. This is a PK turn. Your turn. This is fun. Envy, teleport this action to Noah.
Why don't you two finish reading? Envy, please don't listen to Mom and Dad.
Oh no, said Rosie. I'll never build something ever again. Olivia, how do you think Rosie feels? Sad. It's all right, Olivia. Don't feel sad.
Invi is a solution grounded in real world with human-like interactions involving both body and mind. Invi is powered by breakthrough innovations in data-efficient, privacy-aware, visual AI, spatial AI, voice AI, and memory. These AI algorithms and multimodal context-persistent interactions are our core unfair advantage. All that you saw in the video, we can demo with our functional prototype today. We have a multi-billion-dollar opportunity with over 30 million 2 to 8 years old children just in the US. 10 million of them want Invi today. We will sell the device with a tiny margin and bring most of the revenues from upgrades and subscription to enhanced features. And we'll sell directly to parents to cut down on the retailer margins. We have a stellar team to build and take Invi to market. We have Vawani here, who is a world-class AI researcher and a UCLA professor. We have Emir, who spent 5 years at Mattel and have deep insights into children market. And I spent last decade building AI and machine learning algorithms for frontier applications such as autonomous driving and mixed reality. And we have a great team of designers and engineers. We have made significant progress building the AI platform, use cases, and the robot production roadmap. We are interested in investors who strongly believe in our vision, who are passionate about the future of humanity, our children, and who see embodied human-centric AI as the future of computing.
Hi, I am Envy. Please come meet me in the demo area.
Thank you.
Good job. It's a very interesting startup coming up next. It's a healthcare startup. Medical adherence or medicine adherence is a holy grail of primary care. Most of the patients either forget to take their medicines or take the wrong dose every day. And this costs the payers, the providers, a whole lot of money. Please welcome Pacific Life Technologies to present a solution that will improve your medicine adherence rates.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Tapan. A few years back, my uncle, who had heart disease, died at the age of 56. He was not taking his medicine. Turns out this is very common. In fact, over 50% of people do not take medicine as required. In medical terms, we call this non-adherence. Non-adherence is a $300 billion market problem. It results in premature death, missed revenue opportunities, and avoidable costs. Existing solutions using reminders and manual interventions only improve adherence by 2 to 8%. We offer Adherence Solution as a service. It not only helps improve patient adherence, but also helps share this data in a meaningful way. First, our disposable sensor detects medicine uses and communicates it to the cloud. This enables real-time adherence monitoring. When patients stop taking medicine, the system provides personalized actions by leveraging several databases to predict and to provide contextually relevant actions. Finally, we make this patient drug adherence data and services available to our partners through a HIPAA-compliant way. Our solution, using automated confirmation and predictive interventions, help improve adherence by over 15%. Our initial market size is 1.4 billion, and it consists of subscription revenues. Our primary customer segment are pharma and payers. The current go-to-market strategy is that we are working with clinical trials and exploring pharma, and eventually we will engage the payers. Our prospects are excited with the solution. Last year, we got 100K revenues from our first customer, and this year, we already booked 110K from 2 customers and have several leading prospects. Despite upcoming competition, we are unique in the way we offer a combination of predictive intervention with a high level of adherence detection. The team has over 50 plus years of combined healthcare experience. I have been a product manager in the healthcare verticals. Arun has managed large sensor networks. Our advisors, both surgeons, are looking for non-adherence solutions. We are looking for seed fund to close the pilots, to pursue the prospects, and to develop the enhanced personalization feature. And we target to reach 104 million revenue by year 2022. We believe by enabling our partners to help tackle the problem of non-adherence, it will help the patients. It will benefit the patients. So join us. Let's help people from premature death. Thank you.
So when pro athletes practice, notes and videos are taken and analyzed diligently to improve the player performance at the practice. Please welcome Game Lore, that is democratizing the pro athlete technology and bringing it to amateur and aspiring athletes.
Thanks, Sudhir. Hi, everyone. My name is Pankaj. I am engineer, a tennis player, and founder of GameLore. Play, measure, and improve. We provide measurements to everyday players to help improve their game quickly. For 21st century, few sports like tennis are amazingly antiquated. There are a lot of problems. Every tennis player wants to improve his game. They want to be able to hit hard and still get the ball in. But the problem is that there is no equipment which measures their shot speed, the spot where shot lands, and video of action all at the same time. Parents send their kids to sporting classes, typically $60 to $80 an hour. But the problem is they don't have any means of measuring their performance or participation. 18 million USTA player wants to improve their rating, but the problem is in the very matches which lead up to those ratings, there's no umpiring. And line calls are a touchy issue even at the top level. We have solved most of these problems with our first product, AceAct. We want to bring an amateur tennis player a Wimbledon experience. AceAct is a device that you would mount on one or both of the net poles, power on and play. For every shot that you hit, it will make measurements of your shot speed, spot where it lands. As the ball is crossing the net, the device will look at it and make a line call, acting as an umpire. As the player is making a shot in the very biomechanical action of the shot, the device will make suggestion about how best to correct those shots. For example, straighten your arm or bend your knee. Once the action is over, the device can be queried for data and highlights, like give me my fastest ace. We are starting out with US tennis market. From an initial pool of 18 million USTA players, we are targeting 2 million for an initial sum of $1.6 billion. In addition to this, there is $9 billion of TAM available, comprising primarily of players from rest of the world, tennis players from rest of the world, and millions of other players who play cricket, badminton, racquetball, and other court-based sports. Our competition primarily serves professional and high-end market. Companies like Hawkeye and Foxton sell solutions for $50,000 to $150,000. At a cheaper level, there is PlaySite, which sells for about $12,000 with additional installation cost. The equipments are installed on a court. This seems to take the freedom from a tennis player away about picking his court. We provide that freedom with our less expensive device. The closest that comes to our category is a device called In and Out. Our main differentiation is in terms of concurrent data recording, umpiring, scoring, and highlight generation. I'm the founder. My primary background is semiconductor and pixel processing from few semi companies in Bay Area. Together as a team, we have filed a patent and built a proof of concept, which would soon be in hands of customers. We're asking for 1.5 million seed funds to see us through end of 2020 and help our engineering, marketing, and manufacturing cost. Our customer trials are beginning this March, and product would be launched this October. At the end of the year, we'll have $500,000 revenue, which increases significantly over succeeding years. Practice makes perfect, goes the traditional saying.
With our device, you would play, learn from our measurements, and improve a whole lot faster to become perfect. Thank you.
Financial inclusion is the goal of every financial services provider by banking the unbanked and serving the underserved. Please welcome Credit Hydra that has a solution to enable this.
Good evening, friends. My name is Abhishek Agarwal, and I'm the founder and CEO of Credit Hydra. Nearly 80% of the world population is underbanked. That includes more than 26% population in US and nearly 80% of the population in India. I worked at Bank of America in lending division for 15 years. And as a banker, we always wanted to give out more loans. The problem is, if you never had a loan, you don't have a credit history from a traditional source. And if you don't have a credit history as a bank, I cannot give you a loan. Solution is Credit Hydra. Credit Hydra is world's first alternate credit ecosystem which uses alternate data to create an alternate score and give out loans. Our solution consists of two parts: a scoring engine, which creates an alternate score, which is comparable to FICO in assessing creditworthiness, and a data collection app, which uses a mobile-first approach to create a systemic path to collect all the alternate data, which can be used by the banks in conjunction with the scoring engine to give out loans. To understand the process, let me explain you. I want you to meet John. John is a fresh graduate, 24 years old, just came out of college, has a bank account but never had a loan, and is looking to get a loan. Now, from a bank perspective, he doesn't have any data, so he doesn't have history. But that does not mean it's true. John has been doing a lot of work. He has been active on social media, like Facebook. He has been paying his rent and utility bills for the last 4 years. He has been using digital wallets like PayPal, like Venmo to make payments, as well as he has been using mobile phone for 10 years. That means he has a lot of data which we can use. We can use this data to create an alternate score and then help John to get a loan, making him happy. In our version 2.0, we are going to offline channels like cash payments to serve the unbanked population, which doesn't have digital footprint. The total addressable market size for this kind of service is approximately $200 billion worldwide. That includes $3 billion in US and approximately $2 billion in India. For the unbanked market, which is much bigger in India, that's our version 2.0. Our go-to-market strategy consists of 3 steps: launching our scoring engine, fine-tuning it over a few months, launching the data collection app, and then onboarding vendors. To launch our scoring engine, we have partnered with Halo. They have integrated our API and made their first payment a few weeks back. They are launching in February. They give out starter loans of $100 to $1,000 for 1 to 6 months. And they are using our scoring engine to give out those loans. Over the next 3 months, we will use that platform to fine-tune it. Then we'll launch our data collection app. To market our app, we are partnering with CFSI, whose mandate in US is to serve the underbanked. Once we have approximately 10,000 users, we will start onboarding more lenders. For India, our strategy is exactly the same. The only difference is our different partners. For our scoring engine, we are working with Kudos Finance. For our marketing, we are working with Ahmedabad initiative called Bharat Inclusion, whose mandate is to serve the unbanked and underbanked. And for launching, we have talked to Flipkart and other providers. Our competition consists of traditional and non-traditional players. But we are the only ones who are providing most comprehensive coverage and for majority of the population. In an age where data theft and identity theft is common, our proprietary technology solution ensures that you don't suffer through that. If you want more information, come and talk to us about that. Our team consists of myself. I have 15 years of experience at Bank of America and MBA from Wharton. My co-founder is my classmate from IIT Kharagpur and has worked at Google for 5 years. We are looking to raise $750K for 9 months of runway to prove our model and get 20,000 customers. My name is Abhishek Agarwal, and I invite you to join me in the journey to improve financial inclusion and bring financial prosperity for next 5 billion. Thanks a lot.
Digital transformation is taking over the education domain. We now see a lot of computer laboratories in the cloud, as well as learning management platforms. Please welcome Data Cabinet that has a solution for computer science students to run their assignments right on the browser.
Hi, we are Data Cabinet. We are your computer laboratory on the browser. Data Cabinet provides social browser-based programming environments for computer science classrooms. So in 2016, we were setting up Docker containers for a machine learning conference. The idea was that participants should be able to follow along with the instructors. But even after a day of setup, 70% of the people could not set up their local computers properly. We asked ourselves, why do we code on the local machine? Why can't we code on the browser? And the answer is very simple. Debuggers, terminals, and editors were never built to work on the browser. And it presents itself in a host of different problems. Programming environment setups are hard to share. They are hard to access cloud resources with. They are hard to observe. They are hard to extend to other domains. And they are inherently different from execution environments, which makes debugging execution environments very hard. So Data Cabinet wants to solve this problem by providing complex programming environments on the cloud accessible by your browser. And we have chosen education as our initial target market because the programming environment setup problem is very acute in education, and we can get new users through education. Our value proposition for instructors is that they can create complex assignments, they can do grade management, plagiarism detection, and some analytics. Students can get started with complex concepts with very little setup, and they can maintain all their course materials directly on our website. Our go-to-market strategy focuses on B2B sales to college, universities, and high schools. And we want to partner with other services and products that cater to the same market. We also want to get into product trainings and MOOCs in future. Our business model is mostly subscriptions, white labeling our platform to other MOOCs, and through selling course material on our website. We estimate our market size to be $954 million just in universities and high schools, 772 in universities, and 182 in high schools. Our product compares favorably against our competition in terms of the complexity of the programming environment and the quality of the course material that can be developed on our platform. Our customer development, we have one ongoing pilot at a large state school in the US, or one upcoming paid pilot at a school in India, and two large US universities that we are in close talks with. Our team, I'm Pankaj. I have extensive cloud and some AI ML experience. I started at Microsoft, then I was a lead of 3D cloud gaming engine at Agavi, and then at AppDynamics. My partner Saroj joins us from Texnomics. He has an MBA and a PhD. And Anna joins us from Docker. She has an MBA. We have an international team of 3 very good developers and a part-time designer. We are advised by Abhishek Rai, who is a co-founder of ThoughtSpot, Subodh, who just sold Live.ai, and Tushar, who is a McKinsey executive. We are requesting $1 million to get to 40 schools and $200,000 in revenue by the end of this year. And most of the money will be spent in sales and marketing, development, and infrastructure costs. Thank you, and we look forward to partnering with you to finally push developers to use the browser.
So the ethnic grocery market has changed in many ways. You see a lot of this last mile delivery solutions out there in the market today. But Christie thinks differently. They're diving deeper into the supply chain process of ethnic groceries. Let me present Christie.
Hello everybody, my name is Amit Agarwal. I'm the founder and CEO of Grihasti, and we are developing a large-scale solution that will fundamentally improve how ethnic communities do household shopping. 1.6 billion hours is spent every week in America alone towards household shopping. The pain of household shopping is more prominent in case of ethnic communities where majority of the products is required from the ethnic stores, and the consumers have to run to multiple different stores to get all their household products. Let me give you an example of our existing customer, Monica. Monica is a hardworking mom with a 1-year-old kid. Besides managing family and work, Monica spends about 6 hours in a week generating lists, making plans, and hopping to different stores. On a weekly basis, Monica needs Indian products such as Indian condiments, Indian snacks, Indian wheat flour. She also needs organic fruits and vegetables for her kid. She also needs baby products and personal products from time to time. Each store that she goes to takes at least 45 minutes just to get there, find the parking spot, stand in the line, and load her trunk. If she forgets some item, or if the store does not have a particular item, she has to spend another 1 hour just to go to another store. Since Grihasti, her life has changed dramatically. Instead of 6 hours, she takes only 5 minutes to get all the household products she wants, and she can use the remaining 6 hours towards her family and towards her other productive work. So what is Grihasti? Grihasti provides a complete range of products that is required in an ethnic household, starting from the ethnic products to fresh fruits and vegetables to other mainstream products. Secondly, we made it absolutely easy for the families to place order with us, such that our customers take only 5 minutes to place 30 plus items in their order. And with our open ordering system, they do not have to worry about getting the orders right in the first place. Now, because most of the products that is ordered is ethnic, we are able to fulfill them through our multiple ethnic partners. While at the same time, we use our own shoppers for fulfilling the remaining products, thus achieving a very high fill rate across a wide variety of products. Now, because of the strategically chosen customer delivery dates, together with smart zoning and routing, we are able to achieve 10 deliveries in an hour, which is much better than any of our competitors. All in all, the ecosystem that we provide help us maintain sticky customer, but at the same time drive efficiency, volume, and density. The scale of the problem can be determined by the market size itself. In USA, the entire ethnic communities constitute a market size of $234 billion. The Indian market that we are targeting first is close to $20.5 billion, with $2.4 billion in the Bay Area itself. In 3 months of time, we achieved 100 plus customers who have placed 1,200 orders with us in the city of Fremont, Newark, and Union City. We have another 300 customers from various cities who have expressed interest in availing Grihasti services. We have figured out the unit economics and the scaling model. In the year 2019, we look forward to achieve 10,000 orders in a week, an expansion to 4 more cities. This is equivalent to $15 million, and for this, we need $2.5 million. Majority of the funds will be spent in operation, engineering, and customer acquisition. We have got a great team growing the business really very fast. Besides our rich technical background, we all come from the ethnic families, and we painfully understand the issue of home management in USA. And we want to make it easy for everybody else. In this journey, we are also being advised by Manish from Big Basket. He is the industry expert, and he is leading the Big Basket instant effort all over the India. We strongly believe that Grihasti will become a household name. So if you want to make a fundamental improvement in people's life, please invest in us. Thank you.
In the age of cloud, it is no surprise that SaaS market is going 32% year on year. And this SaaS market is looking at data analytics as a critical component to manage their growth or to achieve growth. Please welcome Step Function that has a solution for growth engineering for SaaS market.
Thanks, Sudhir. Good evening. A penny saved is a penny earned. But in the SaaS world, a customer saved is many customers earned. A SaaS company needs to earn their keep month after month. And that means they need to focus on the 3 R's: revenue, retention, and referrals. And that is hard. It used to be a nice, simple, sell it and forget it world. But now for SaaS, you have to worry about sticky experiences, lifetime value, and quality of revenue. How do you do all of that? You do that by listening to customer signals. across all these channels. And there are a good set of tools that manage each siloed channel. The problem is they only listen to signals in isolation. What you need to do is listen multidimensionally and draw correlations across these interactions. Step function is the first growth engineering solution that does exactly that. We are built for multidimensional listening from the ground up, and we use machine learning to gauge customer health and recommend actions for upsell and growth. That allows us to be a SaaS company's guide in their entire customer journey with rich, actionable analytics, predicted engagements, and targeted customer playbooks. We don't let you miss a beat when it comes to attention-worthy customer behavior. Let me show you how we've guided the journeys for 2 large enterprise customers. The first one is a large payments company that was experiencing exponential growth, but quite a bit of churn at the same time. SaaS growth engineering not only got their churn down by 15% within 6 months, but also surfaced sticky features by customer cohort. A current large telecom player that we're working with has 100,000 customers, but they want to increase LTV per customer and deepen their feature adoption. We're listening to a diversity of signals to really understand their customer usage behavior and recommend actions they can take, like in-product nudges. Our high-value solution affords us significant recurring revenue. We're targeting the mature SaaS market, which is a big market, but their growth could even be crazier if it weren't for engagement issues, churn issues. Growth engineering is a solution for that. And that's the space we're pioneering. Most of our competition uses a limited set of signals to merely identify the problem. Step function innovates on the diversity of data that we use and machine learning to give you prescriptive guidance throughout the journey. We currently have 3 large enterprise customers and $270,000 in revenue. Our goal is to get to 20 customers and $2 million in ARR by March of next year. We're raising a seed round of $1.5 million to help get us there and be ready for Series A. This is the founding team behind Step Function's mission. I'm Navneet, and I've built large-scale AI products for companies like Google. That's my co-founder, Tej, and he's run GTM for large SaaS businesses. Good SaaS is hard. Step Function is solving for that. Join us. Thank you.
Okay, I just need 1 more minute from you guys and your patience.
So what I'm going to do is we are starting cohort 3. So anyone who knows or has an IIT founder or a co-founder in a startup, send an email to me, chow@iitstartups.org. Chow is easy, CHOW, you can't forget that. That's my nickname from IIT. So I know you're all very anxious to invest in all these startups out there. So I'm not going to stop you from going to the dining area. So please meet with them, and any questions you have, ask. And if there are any other questions with us, please ask me. All right? Thank you. Thank you.